Adriaan Basson, editor of News24. President Zuma just received a lashing from the North Gauteng High Court, who dismissed his application to set aside Thuli Madantsela's state capture report and ordering him to pay the costs for his application.
Personally, Alet, this is one of the harshest judgments against this president ever. I mean, I can remember sitting through the Shabir Shaikh trial judgment, the Constitutional Court judgment on the corruption charges, listening to the Constitutional Court judgment on Kandla. None of them has been as harsh about the president as this one. Judge Dansam Lambo, the judge president of North Gauteng, who read the judgment on behalf of a unanimous full bench, was just absolutely scathing about Jacob Zuma undermining state organs, undermining the constitution, about his family's links to the Guptas, about remissing not to investigate very serious allegations of state capture in the cases of Nkubisi Jonas, Faki Mento and Temba Maseku. And yes, I mean, a personal cost order is the harshest penalty a court can give you. It's almost just above imprisonment, you know. So this is very harsh. This is very bad for Jacob Zuma.
Judge Mlambo, as you say, dismissing the president's arguments one by one, reading through the whole summary of the judgment. One of these arguments was that Thuli Madantsela, that the president argued that she did not have the constitutional mandate to dictate to him that he may or may not appoint a commission of inquiry. Certainly, he did not think much of the president's arguments in this case.
No, he didn't. I mean, the judge rejected. I tried to keep count of it. At some stage, it was 8-0 in Madantsela's favor. And I mean, she was vindicated on absolutely every point. She was sitting there in court, crying at the end. You know, what a big day for her. What a wonderful vindication for Thuli Madantsela. But yes, Zuma's argument in that regard was rejected. What the court found, in a nutshell, was that the president himself is conflicted in this case. His family, specifically through his son Duduzane Zuma, is part of this racket of state capture. The court had accepted that there's prima facie evidence that state capture is indeed taking place on Zuma's watch, and that therefore he would be conflicted if he appointed a judge and a judicial commission of inquiry. The court further found that Madantsela had the powers, or the public protector has the powers, to order a president to institute a judicial commission of inquiry, and that the Chief Justice was, in his words, absolutely the right or the logical choice for someone to appoint the judge.
So what has to happen now practically for the president and in terms of this commission of inquiry?
So let's leave a possible appeal aside for the moment, because I wouldn't be surprised if that's Zuma's next move, as we've come to know him. Judge Mlambo has now ordered the president to, in 30 days, set up a judicial commission of inquiry. The judge should be appointed, or should be proposed by the Chief Justice. I must give him one name of one judge, retired judge, to head up this commission. And then in 180 days, so what is that?
3 months.
3 months from now, 6 months.
6 months, sorry.
Our math is a bit wonky after this judgment. 6 months from now, this commission must have wrapped up its work. So President Zuma, in terms of this court ruling, must now appoint a commission of inquiry. He must fund the commission of inquiry properly and sufficiently, unlike he has not funded the public protector under Thuli Madantsela, and then accept the outcome. Will he do this? I don't think so. I can't see the president just doing what Madantsela said. We've seen him, hearing him saying he will appoint a judicial commission of inquiry, but he wanted to choose the judge. The court has now instructed him that the Chief Justice should do that. So I won't be surprised if Zuma even appeals this judgment.
So the judge calling the president reckless and said that his conduct fell far short from what was expected from the public and in terms of the constitution. What will this mean going into this weekend's ANC elective conference? What are the implications for the president and for his preferred slate or faction in this race? Look,
he wants Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma to win at the ANC conference. That's no secret. She's his ex-wife. They've got children together. They've got a vested interest together as a family. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma has done absolutely nothing to distance or divorce herself from the state capture narrative, from people like the Guptas, who have awarding her with prizes, from other unsavory characters, from this narrative of radical economic transformation, which was to a large extent that definition created by Bell Pottinger. So I do think this judgment has an impact on delegates who may still be undecided, delegates who may be sitting on the fence, waiting to see which way the wind blows. I do think this may give Ramaphosa some support. But Alet, nothing in this judgment was really that new. We've all known about the scandals. This has really been a Teflon president. This has really been a president of scandals who's been able to survive case after case. In just 2 weeks now, we've had the same court ruling that Zuma is conflicted to make appointments. In the first case, in the Nklasana NPA case, to appoint a National Director of Public Prosecutions, and now to appoint a judge to head a Judicial Commission of Inquiry. At what point do we ask whether an impeachment is in order for this president, who can no longer exercise his constitutional duties?
Well, certainly the net drawing closer and closer around the president, and as Advocate Madonsela said after the judgment, that this really was about accountability and that no one is above the law and that everyone is accountable. Surely it's heartening to see that our judiciary still has that center of mind when giving these judgments.
Absolutely. If there's anyone out there who are, you know, down in the dumps about South Africa, who's losing hope about this country, just go and listen to Judge Mlambo today. What an inspiring judgment! What a fantastic moment for the state, for the judiciary, and specifically for the powers of the public protector. One wishes that Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane, the new public protector, takes a lead out of Madonsela's lessons from this, and really try to emulate, you know, the example Madonsela has set in the powers and the integrity of this office, which was confirmed again by Judge Mlambo today.